All right, we are picking up at line 79 on page 83. We just got this description of Calypso's home area with the purple flowers and these bubbling springs and all of that. Goes on to say, even a god who found this place would gaze and feel his heart beat with delight. So Hermes did. But when he had gazed his fill, he entered the wide cave. Now, face to face, the magical Calypso recognized him as all immortal gods know one another on sight, though seeming strangers far from home. But he saw nothing of the great Odysseus, who sat apart as 1,000 times before, and racked his own heart groaning, with eyes wet, scanning the bare horizon of the sea. So, this is the first time we see Odysseus, and what is he doing? He's sitting there weeping and looking out to sea. And that's how we see him. A little ironic because he's this big, tough warrior. Calypso, lovely nymph, seated her guest in a bright chair, all shimmering and asked, "Oh, Hermes, ever with your golden wand, what brings you to my island? Your awesome visits in the past were few. Now tell me what request you have in mind, for I desire to do it if I can, and if it is a proper thing to do. But wait a while and let me serve my friend." So, just like we've seen other places, the first thing is hospitality, feed the person who is visiting you. She drew a table of ambrosia near him and stirred a cup of ruby-colored nectar, food and drink for the luminous wayfinder, who took both at his leisure and replied, "Goddess to God, you greet me, questioning me. Well, here is truth for you in courtesy. Zeus made me come, and not my inclination. Who cares to cross that tract of desolation, the bitter sea, all mortal towns behind, where gods have beef and honors for mankind? But it is not to be thought of, and no use for any god to elude the will of Zeus." So he's going to be straight with her. And he's saying right at the beginning, if Zeus wants it, there's nothing you can do about it. He notes your friend, most ill-starred by renown of all the peers who fought for Priam's town. 9 years of war they had before great Troy was down. Homing, they wronged the goddess with grey eyes, who made a black wind blow and the seas rise, in which his troops were lost and all his gear, while easterlies and current washed him here. Now the command is, send him back in haste. His life may not in exile go to waste. His destiny, his homecoming is at hand, when he shall see his dearest and walk on his own land. That goddess, most divinely made, shuddered before him, and her warm voice rose. So she got the scoop. She found out she's supposed to let Odysseus go, and she does not sound happy. "Oh, you vile gods in jealousy supernal! You hate it when we choose to lie with men, immortal flesh by some dear mortal side. So radiant Dawn once took to bed Orion, until you easeful gods grew peevish at it. And holy Artemis throned in gold, hunted him down in Delos with her arrows. Then Demeter of the tasseled tresses yielded to Iasion, mingling and making love in a furrow 3 times plowed. But Zeus found out and killed him with a white hot thunderbolt." So she starts to exclaim about this. The gods on Olympus get jealous when an immortal is with a mortal and it's taken away from them. And these are the lesser gods. So Dawn is not one of the 12 great Olympians. Um, Demeter kind of is, but at the same time, she got in trouble with Zeus. And now Calypso, who's definitely not one of the 12 Olympians, is feeling like she's being picked on. "So now you grudge me too, my mortal friend. But it was I who saved him, saw him straddle his own keel board, the one man left afloat when Zeus rent wide his ship with chain lightning and overturned him in the wine dark sea. Then all his troops were lost, his good companions. But wind and current washed him here to me. I fed him, loved him, saying that he should not die, nor grow old ever in all the days to come. But now there's no eluding Zeus's will. If this thing be ordained by him, I say, so be it. Let the man strike out alone on the vast water. Surely I cannot send him. I have no long oared ships, no company to pull him on the broad back of the sea. My counsel he shall have, and nothing hidden, to help him homeward without harm. So she says she doesn't really have anything to help him with except her counsel. So she basically agrees to what Zeus has commanded, not like she has any choice in the matter and can do anything different. So, yep. We are at line 152 on page 85. To this the wayfinder made answer briefly, Thus ye shall send him then, and show more grace in your obedience, or be chastised by Zeus. Little reprimand there. The strong god glittering left her as he spoke, and now her ladyship, having given heed to Zeus's mandate, went to find Odysseus on his stone seat to seaward, tear on tear brimming his eyes. The sweet days of his lifetime were running out in anguish over his exile, for long ago the nymph had ceased to please. Though he fought shy of her and her desire, he lay with her each night, for she compelled him. Okay, now here's one of the things that's going to happen over and over again. Like Odysseus has these women who chase after him. And so it says here, he fought shy of her and her desire, but at the same time, he lies with her every night because she wants it. So he's blaming Calypso. Calypso seduces Odysseus, and he complies because he has to. Meanwhile, Penelope is back at home fighting off the suitors, trying to get them out of her house. And so you have this juxtaposition of these two people within this separated relationship, and how do they each respond to the people who are trying to seduce them. Anyway, when day came, he sat on the rocky shore and broke his own heart groaning, with eyes wet scanning the bare horizon of the sea. Now she stood near him in her beauty, saying, "O forlorn man, be still. Here you need grieve no more. You need not feel your life consumed here. I've pondered it, and I shall help you go." She doesn't say she just got ordered by Zeus to let him go. "Come and cut down high timber for a raft or flatboat. Make her broad beamed and decked over so you can ride her on the misty sea. Stores I shall put aboard for you, bread, water, and ruby-colored wine to stay your hunger. Give you a sea cloak and a following wind to help you homeward without harm, provided the gods who rule wide heaven wish it so. Stronger than I they are in mind and power." For all he had endured, Odysseus shuddered, but when he spoke his words went to the mark. "After all these years, a helping hand. O goddess, what guile is hidden here? A raft, you say, to cross the western ocean, rough water and unknown. Seaworthy ships that glory in God's wind will never cross it. I take no raft you grudge me out to sea, or yield me first a great oath if I do, to work no more enchantments to my harm." So she's kept him here all these years. And he's like, "What's up? Why are you saying I can take a raft now? And why would I want to take a raft? This is the ocean we're talking about here." At this, the beautiful nymph Calypso smiled and answered sweetly, laying her hand upon him, "What a dog you are, and not for nothing learned, having the wit to ask this thing of me. My witness then be earth and sky, and dripping sticks that I swear by. The gay gods cannot swear more seriously. I have no further spells to work against you. But what I shall devise and what I tell you will be the same as if your need were mine. Fairness is all I think of. There are hearts made of cold iron, but my heart is kind." So Odysseus asked for an oath. And she basically gave it to him and said, "Nope, I don't have any intent to harm you."